The big window of the space station showed Earth below, blue and peaceful. Commander Ta-1 Kim stood tall in his crisp uniform. Today was a big day. The first aliens humanity would ever meet were coming to the ISS horizon. Status report, Ta-1 said to his crew. Alien ship approaching. Sir. ETA 3 minutes, said Officer Sumin, her eyes fixed on the radar screen. Ta-1 nodded. 6 months ago, the strange signal had reached Earth. The aliens called themselves Nevidians. They seemed peaceful and wanted to meet. The world's nations picked Ta-1 to lead the greeting team because of his calm mind and strong diplomacy skills. There it is, said Dr. Gunki, pointing out the window. The alien ship looked like a silver teardrop, smooth with no visible engines. It glided toward the docking bay with perfect control. Ta-1 felt his heart beat faster. This moment would change human history forever. Everyone remember the plan, he said. Be friendly but careful. The airlock hissed open. 3 tall figures stepped through. They had pale blue skin that seemed to shimmer. Their eyes were large and black, with no white parts. They had no hair, and their fingers were long with 1 extra joint. They wore simple gray suits that moved like water. The tallest Nevidian stepped forward. I am Speaker Elzin. We bring greetings from the Nevidian Alliance. Ta-1 bowed slightly. I am Commander Ta-1 Kim. On behalf of Earth, welcome. The first meetings went well. The aliens shared stories of their home world, a place with 3 moons and huge oceans. They talked about space travel and showed interest in human culture. But Ta-1 noticed small things that worried him. The way they looked at humans reminded him of scientists studying lab rats. On the 3rd day, something changed. Speaker Elzin asked to speak with just Ta-1 and his top officers. They met in the main conference room. We have learned much about your species, Elzin said. His voice was colder now. And we about yours, Ta-1 replied. I believe this is the start of a good friendship between our worlds. Elzin made a sound like quiet laughter. Friendship is not what we seek with lesser species. The room went silent. Ta-1 felt ice in his stomach. I don't understand. Of course you don't. Your kind is still young. Elzin touched a device on his wrist. A 3D image appeared showing planets being conquered one by one. The Nevidian Alliance grows by finding useful worlds and taking them. Sumin stood up. Earth will defend itself. Many worlds said the same. Elzin waved his hand, and the image showed strange animals. Things that looked like lions, wolves, and bears, but wrong somehow. They were bigger, with thicker muscles and strange features. We do not waste resources on full invasion. We bring only our hunters. Hunters, asked Ta-1. We take the apex predators of conquered worlds and make them better, stronger, smarter. Then we set them loose. They hunt. They kill. They prepare the world for us. Elzin's black eyes seemed to grow darker. Your Leopards will make excellent hunters after we improve them. Ta-1 kept his face calm, but his mind raced. Why tell us this? Why not just attack? Sport, said Elzin simply. The hunt is better when prey knows it is hunted. You have 1 lunar cycle to prepare. It will not help you. The Nevidians left that day. Their ship pulled away silently, heading for the dark side of the moon, where they said more ships waited. On Earth, panic spread. The United Nations called emergency meetings. Military forces went on high alert. Scientists tried to figure out how to fight super predators. In his office at the Earth Defense Alliance headquarters in Seoul, Ta-1 reviewed the videos from the space station meeting again and again. How could they fight enemies who had done this many times before? His phone rang. It was General Du Jin. Kim, we have reports. Nevidian scout ships have been seen above remote areas. The mountain research station in Sureksen has gone silent. Ta-1 closed his eyes. It was starting already, sooner than expected. Send in Captain Hejun Park and his team, Ta-1 ordered. Tell them to approach with extreme caution and report everything they see. Yes, sir. Ta-1 looked at the map on his wall, at the red dot marking the silent research station. He hoped he wasn't sending good men and women to their deaths, but they needed to know what they were facing. Outside his window, the sun was setting over Seoul. He wondered how many more sunsets humans would see before the aliens' engineered killers spread across the earth. The hunt had begun. Captain Hejun Park moved through the forest with quiet steps. The mountain air was cold on his face. Behind him, 5 soldiers followed in silence. They all wore special gear that hid them from heat sensors. 2 kilometers to the research station, whispered Sergeant Gaiho into the radio. He was Hejun's best tracker. 3 hours ago, the Sureksen Mountain Research Station had stopped all contact. No calls, no messages, nothing. General Du Jin had sent Hejun's team to find out why. Look there, said Mireille, pointing to the ground. She was the team's best shooter. Tracks. Hejun knelt down. The print in the soft dirt was like a big cat's paw, but wrong. Too big, almost twice the size it should be. And the claw marks were deeper, like knives had dug into the earth. It's starting, Hejun said. The aliens weren't lying. They moved forward more carefully now. The trees grew thicker, and fog rolled down from the higher peaks. Perfect hunting weather, Hejun thought. Not for us. For them. The radio in his ear buzzed. Sir, came Jaiho's voice. I see the station. The main door is open. The research station was a low building of gray concrete with few windows. It was built to study weather patterns in the mountains. Now the front door hung open, broken off its hinges. No one was outside. Mireille, Sungmin, cover the entrance, Hejun ordered. The rest with me. They approached the open door with guns ready. Blood marks stained the ground. Inside was dark. Hejun switched on his light. What they saw made even these trained soldiers feel sick. Bodies lay torn apart. Computer screens were smashed. Claw marks cut deep into metal walls. Check for survivors, Hejun said, keeping his voice steady. They split up to search the station. Hejun walked down the main hall, stepping over broken furniture. A strange smell filled the air, like a zoo mixed with something chemical. Captain, called Sungmin from outside. Something's coming. Hejun ran back toward the entrance. Before he got there, he heard gunfire, then screams. He reached the doorway just in time to see Mireille firing at something big and fast that moved between the trees. It was shaped like a leopard but much larger, with muscles that seemed too big for its frame. Its coat was spotted like a normal leopard, but with strange blue markings that seemed to glow. The creature moved faster than anything Hejun had ever seen. It jumped at Sungmin, taking him down in one hit. Then it turned toward Mireille. Fall back, Hejun yelled, firing his gun. The bullets hit the creature, but seemed to do little harm. It flinched, then turned its eyes toward Hejun. Those eyes. They were not animal eyes. They held intelligence and something else, a forced hunger, like it was being made to hunt. The radio crackled. Captain, there are more of them. At least 5. Jaiho's voice cut off with a scream. Now Hejun saw them, shapes moving through the trees and fog. The engineered leopards were surrounding them. His team fired, but the creatures were too fast, too strong. In less than a minute, 3 of his soldiers were down. Only he and Mireille still stood, backs against the station wall. The roof, Hejun said. We need height. They started to climb the emergency ladder on the side of the building. Hejun pushed Mireille ahead of him. Just as she reached the top, something hit Hejun from behind. Sharp pain shot through his leg as teeth sank into his calf. Hejun kicked with his free leg, hitting the creature in the eye. It let go with a strange sound. Not quite a roar, not quite a scream. Hejun pulled himself up onto the roof where Mireille helped him. You're bleeding bad, she said, tying a bandage around his leg. From the roof, they could see better. 7 of the engineered leopards circled the building. One tried to climb up but couldn't get a grip on the smooth walls. Look, Ray pointed to the sky. A small silver ship hovered above the trees. Aliens. The ship opened, and a light shot down. The leopards looked up at the light, then ran into the forest, disappearing like ghosts. They're controlling them, Hejun said. Like remote weapons. Ray used the satellite phone to call for help. While they waited, Hejun looked at the mountains around them. This was just one small attack. How many more were happening right now? His leg throbbed where the creature had bit him. Something felt strange about the wound, a burning that spread slowly up his leg. He didn't tell Ray. As the rescue helicopter approached hours later, Hejun saw more silver ships in the distance, dropping more shapes into different parts of the mountains. The hunt was spreading. Dr. Du-Yun Lee stared at the blood sample under her microscope. She had been working for 20 hours straight in her underground lab. The attack on the mountain research station had happened 3 days ago. Now attacks were happening all over the world. Any changes? Asked Dr. Ji-Hu, her friend and fellow scientist. He looked tired too. Yes, Du-Yun said. Look at this. She moved aside so Ji-Hu could see the microscope. The blood sample came from Captain Hejun Park's leg wound. The cells are changing, Ji-Hu said with wide eyes, but not like an infection. It's like his body is. Adapting, Du-Yun said. She pushed her glasses up and rubbed her tired eyes. Something about the bite activated something in his blood. Their lab was deep under a mountain, safe from the alien attacks. Here, the best Korean scientists worked to find a way to fight the engineered leopards. So far, normal weapons did little. The leopards healed too fast, and their skin was too tough. How is the captain? Du-Yun asked. Awake now. The fever broke this morning. Du-Yun nodded and walked to her computer. I need to show you something else. She opened old files, pictures of ancient Korean paintings and carvings. They showed warriors standing with leopards and tigers. These are from the Three Kingdoms period, she explained. Over 1,500 years ago. What do old pictures have to do with alien attacks? Ji-Hu asked. Maybe everything. Du-Yun clicked to show more images. Look at these stories. They tell of special warriors who could speak with big cats, who fought alongside them. Ji-Hu looked doubtful. Those are just legends. Maybe not. Du-Yun opened another file. Before the alien attack, I studied old DNA samples from burial sites of these special warriors. They had unique genetic markers, different from normal humans. She showed him test results. And look at Captain Park's DNA now, after the bite. See this pattern? It matches. Ji-Hu leaned closer. That's impossible. But it's happening, Du-Yun said. I think certain Korean bloodlines still carry these dormant genes. The leopard bite somehow activated them in Captain Park. The door opened. General Du-Jin walked in with Captain Hejun. The captain looked pale but strong. His leg was bandaged. Dr. Lee, the general said, you asked to see us. Du-Yun stood up straight. This would sound crazy, but she had to try. Sir, I believe I know why the aliens use predators as weapons, and maybe how we can fight back. She showed them her research, the ancient paintings, the DNA tests, the blood changes. Long ago, certain Korean warriors had a special connection with big cats, especially leopards that lived in these mountains. Not control, partnership. I think some people still carry these genes. Hejun touched his bandaged leg. Since the bite, I've been having strange dreams. I see through other eyes. I feel connected to something. The alien cats bit you, Du-Yun said, but they were once real leopards before being changed. I think that bite woke up something old in your blood. General Du-Jin frowned. Doctor, we need real weapons, not old stories. This is real, Du-Yun said firmly. Captain Park's DNA is changing, And he's not the only one with these genes. I've checked our database. There are others. She showed them a map with dots across Korea. These people all have similar genetic markers. Most don't know it. What exactly are you suggesting? Asked the general. Find these people. Bring them here. We might be able to activate their dormant abilities. Not to become like the Leopards, but to communicate with them. To turn the aliens' weapons against them. The room was quiet. It sounded impossible. Finally, Hejun spoke. Since I was bitten, I feel different. Last night, I dreamed I was running through the forest on 4 legs. I could smell everything, hear everything. It felt real. Do-Yun nodded. The Navidians think they created perfect killing machines, but they don't understand Earth's predators or our connection to them. General Do-Jin rubbed his face. Attacks were increasing. Cities were being evacuated. Regular weapons weren't working. How many people have these genes? He asked. Maybe a few hundred in Korea, Do-Yun said. More worldwide, but Korean bloodlines seem strongest. The ancient connection was deepest here. And how do we activate these genes? Do-Yun hesitated. I have ideas, but it would be dangerous. We would need volunteers. Hejun stepped forward. I volunteer, whatever it takes. Outside the lab, alarms started blaring. Another attack was happening nearby. General Do-Jin made his decision. Do it, Doctor. Find these people. We're running out of time. As they left the lab, Hejun stopped suddenly. His eyes unfocused, like he was seeing something far away. Captain, Do-Yun asked. The underground lab hummed with machines. Hejun lay on a metal table in the center of the room. His heart beat fast, but his face stayed calm. Around him, doctors and scientists prepared for the procedure. Dr. Do-Yun checked the IV lines going into Hejun's arm. Are you ready, Captain? Yes, Hejun said. Whatever happens, it's worth trying. It had been 1 week since they discovered the ancient connection between certain Korean bloodlines and big cats. In that time, the alien attacks had grown worse. Seoul was now under attack. Other major cities around the world faced the same threat. Millions of people were running from the engineered predators. Dr. Ji-Hoo approached with a small box. Inside was an old pottery cup, dark with age. This was found in a tomb of an ancient Korean warrior, Dr. Do-Yun explained. The same tomb where we found the DNA samples that match yours. What's in it? Hejun asked. A mixture based on what was left in the cup, plus some modern additions, she said. Ancient warriors drank this before communing with leopards. Hejun nodded. And the rest of the procedure? We'll use sound waves and light patterns that match old cave paintings, and a small electric current to stimulate the right brain areas. She hesitated. It's dangerous. The 2 test subjects before you didn't survive. We have no choice, Hejun said simply. Dr. Do-Yun lifted the cup to Hejun's lips. The liquid tasted bitter. Next, they attached small pads to his head, chest, and hands. The lights in the lab dimmed. Starting brain stimulation, Dr. Ji-Hoo said from behind a computer. A low humming filled the room. Strange lights began to flash on the ceiling above Hejun. They matched patterns from ancient cave drawings, swirls and dots that seemed random but followed a hidden order. At first, Hejun felt nothing. Then pain shot through his body. He tried not to scream. His heart rate is too high, someone shouted. Keep going, Dr. Do-Yun ordered. We're close. The pain grew worse. Hejun's vision blurred. Then suddenly, he wasn't in the lab anymore. He was running through ancient forests. The ground felt different under his feet. No, not feet. Paws. He was seeing through the eyes of a leopard from long ago. Then the vision shifted. Now he was a human, dressed in old armor, running alongside the leopard. They hunted together, fought together. More visions came fast. Hundreds of years of memories from both humans and leopards. He felt the connection between them, not master and pet, but partners, equals. The humans didn't control the leopards. They communicated with them, respected them. In the lab, Hejun's body arched up from the table. The machines beeped wildly. "We're losing him," Dr. Jihu shouted. "No," Dr. Du Yen said, watching closely. "Look at his brain patterns. He's not dying. He's connecting." In his vision, Hejun saw the ancient warrior reach out and touch the leopard's head. Their eyes met. Something passed between them, a silent understanding. Then Hejun was back in the lab, gasping for air. The pain was gone. He felt different, changed. "Captain, can you hear me?" Dr. Du Yun leaned over him. "Yes," Hejun said. His voice sounded strange to his own ears. "I saw them. I felt them." "Saw what?" "The ancient warriors, the leopards, the connection." He sat up slowly. They didn't control the animals. They communicated with them. They shared a bond. Dr. Du Yun helped him sit up. "Did the procedure work? Do you have leopard abilities now?" Hejun shook his head. "Not like that. I can't become a leopard. But I can." He struggled to explain. "I can feel them. All of them. Even the engineered ones." "You can sense the alien leopards?" General Du Jin asked. He had been watching from the corner. "Yes," Hejun said. "They're in pain. The aliens changed them, put things in their brains to control them. But underneath, they're still leopards. They want to be free." He closed his eyes. In his mind, he could feel them, dots of light across the city. Some were the few remaining wild leopards in remote mountains. Others were the engineered killers, their minds clouded by alien control. "Can you control them?" the general asked. "No, nobody should control them. But maybe I can reach them. Wake up the real leopard inside the alien changes." Dr. Du Yun looked at her screens in amazement. His brain is showing new patterns, new connections. Hejun stood up. His legs felt wobbly, but stronger with each step. "We need to find the others with the genetic markers. Train them too." "But you're the only one who survived the procedure," Dr. Jihu reminded him. "Because I was bitten first," Hejun said. "The bite started the change. Now I know how to make it safer for others." Outside, alarms sounded again. The engineered leopards were attacking a new part of the city. "Take me there," Hejun said. "I need to try something." Namsan Park in central Seoul was empty of people. Once a place where families walked and children played. Now it was a hunting ground. 6 engineered leopards stalked through the trees. They had killed 20 people already that day. A military truck stopped at the edge of the park. Hejun stepped out, followed by Dr. Du Yun and 4 soldiers. "You should stay in the truck," Hejun told Du Yun. "I need to see this," she said, "to understand what happens." Hejun nodded. He wore no armor, just simple clothes. No gun, no weapon. The soldiers looked nervous about this. "Sir, at least take a gun," said one soldier. "No," Hejun said. "Weapons won't help for what I'm trying to do." He closed his eyes. In his mind, he could feel the leopards, angry, confused dots of light moving through the park. With each day since the procedure, his ability to sense them grew stronger. "They're that way," he said, pointing. 500 meters. General Du Jin spoke through the radio. "Remember the plan. Try to connect with one leopard only. We have snipers ready if things go wrong." Hejun began walking into the park alone. The morning air was cool on his face. Birds had stopped singing. They knew predators were near. He walked slowly toward a large clearing. That's where he felt the strongest presence. As he got closer, he could sense more than just location. He felt emotions, hunger, pain, anger. The leopards didn't want to kill, but something in their heads forced them to. In the clearing, Hejun stopped. He knew they were watching him. "I know you're there," He said out loud, "I know you can hear me." A low growl came from the bushes to his left. An engineered leopard stepped out. It was huge, twice the size of a normal leopard. Its muscles bulged under its spotted coat. Strange blue patterns glowed on its skin. Metal devices were attached to its head and spine. Its eyes looked wrong, too smart, but also full of pain. Hajum stood still. The leopard growled again and moved closer. In his mind, Hajun reached out. Not with words, but with feelings. He sent images of forests, of running free, of leopards before the aliens changed them. The creature stopped, confused. It tilted its head. "They changed you," Hajun said softly. "They hurt you. They make you kill. But that's not what you are." The leopard growled, but it was different now, less threatening. Hajun took a step forward. In his mind, he pushed harder, sending stronger images. Freedom, peace, the natural order. The leopard made a strange sound, almost a whine. The blue marks on its skin flickered. "Fight it," Hajun said. "Remember what you really are." Suddenly, more leopards appeared from the trees. 5 of them now surrounded Hajun. They moved closer, muscles tense, ready to attack. "Captain, get out of there," General Dujin's voice shouted through the radio. But Hajun stayed still. He closed his eyes and pushed his mind harder than before. Now he sent images of ancient Korea, humans and leopards hunting together, respecting each other. Not as master and slave, but as partners. The first leopard shook its head violently. The metal device on its neck sparked. Then something amazing happened. The blue patterns on its skin dimmed. Its eyes changed, still intelligent, but now clear. Free. It looked at Hajun and made a soft chuffing sound. The same sound leopards make to greet each other. "Yes," Hajun whispered. "That's it." The other leopards looked confused. They circled, unsure. Then one attacked, leaping at Hajun with claws out. The first leopard moved faster. It jumped between Hajun and the attacker. The 2 huge cats fought, rolling and clawing. The free leopard fought to protect Hajun. "Snipers hold fire," Hajun shouted into his radio. "Wait." The fight was quick and violent. The free leopard was stronger, fighting with natural skill instead of forced rage. It pinned the other one down and growled low in its face. Something passed between the 2 animals. The second leopard stopped fighting. Its blue markings flickered, then dimmed. Hajun felt a change in his mind. Now 2 dots of light felt clear, free from alien control. The other 3 leopards backed away, confused by what they saw. Their programming told them to kill humans, but they hesitated. Hajun reached out to them too, sending the same images. One by one, the blue markings on their bodies dimmed. The mental fog lifted. In the sky above, a small silver alien ship appeared. A beam of light shot down, trying to regain control of the leopards. All 5 leopards looked up at the ship and roared in anger. Dr. Duyan ran into the clearing, ignoring the danger. "It's working," she said. "They're breaking free." The alien ship shot energy beams at the leopards. One was hit and fell, injured. The others scattered into the trees, not to hunt humans, but to escape the aliens. The first leopard, the one Hajun had freed, stayed. It looked at Hajun with clear eyes. 1 month after the first success in Namsan Park, Hajun stood on a mountain lookout. Below him, a hidden valley held a new training camp. Tents and small buildings dotted the area. People moved about, busy with different tasks. "The new group is here," said Dr. Duyan, walking up beside him. Hajun nodded. "How many this time?" 7. All with the genetic markers, all volunteers. After Hajun's success, word had spread. General Dujin had ordered a search for more people with the special genetic markers. They found over 100 across Korea. Many came to help when they learned what was happening. The procedure to awaken their abilities was safer now. Hejun and Dr. Du Yun had improved it. Still, not everyone survived. And not all who survived could connect with the Leopards as strongly as Hejun. "Come meet them," Du Yun said. They walked down to the main training area. 7 new people stood in a line. They looked nervous but determined. "This is Min Ho," Du Yun said, introducing a young man with kind eyes. He was a forest ranger before the attacks. Min Ho bowed. "It's an honor to meet you, Captain. I've worked with wild animals all my life. When I heard what you're doing, I had to come." "And this is Yuri," Du Yun continued, moving to a strong-looking woman with short hair. She was a martial arts champion. Yuri stepped forward. "My grandmother used to tell stories about our family's connection to tigers. I thought they were just old tales." Hejun looked at the group. "The training will be hard. The procedure is painful. Not everyone will succeed, but those who do will help turn this war around." Over the next week, all 7 went through the awakening procedure. 5 survived. Min Ho and Yuri showed the strongest connections, almost as strong as Hejun's. In the training field, Hejun worked with them. 3 freed leopards helped too. These animals had chosen to stay after being freed from alien control. The largest one, which Hejun had named Sunji, never left his side. "Close your eyes," Hejun told the group. "Feel them in your mind. Don't try to control. Try to understand." Min Ho was a natural. He sat peacefully as one leopard circled him. In his mind, he sent images of mountains and forests, places the leopard might like to run free. Yuri had a different style. She was more direct, more forceful than her mental connection. The leopards respected her strength. "Good," Hejun said. "Each connection is unique, like a conversation between friends. No 2 are the same." That night, as they sat around a fire, General Du Jin arrived by helicopter. His face looked grim. "Captain Park," he said after stepping off the helicopter, "we have a problem." Inside the command tent, the general showed them new images from satellites. "An Avidian command ship has entered Earth's atmosphere," he said, "much bigger than the others. And it's heading here, to Korea." Hejun studied the images. "They know what we're doing." "Yes," the general said. "They've sent an elite hunter squad. Their leader is called Vekla. He's hunting for you specifically." Du Yun looked worried. "We need more time. The resistance is just starting." Outside, they heard a commotion. Yuri ran into the tent. "Captain, alien ships approaching from the north." Hejun ran outside. In the distance, 3 silver ships flew low over the trees. Each one was bigger than the scout ships they had seen before. "Get everyone to the caves," Hejun ordered. "Min Ho, Yuri, come with me." The 3 of them ran to the highest point of the camp. Sunji and 2 other freed leopards followed. "Can you feel them?" Hejun asked. Min Ho nodded. "Many engineered predators. Maybe 30. But they feel different. Stronger controls. They're improving their technology," Yuri said, "learning from our success." Hejun closed his eyes and reached out with his mind. Yes, he could feel them too. The alien leopards were different now. The control devices were stronger, harder to break through. "We need to try something new," Hejun said, "not just awakening their memories, but sharing our strength." The alien ships stopped above a clearing 1 kilometer away. Doors opened in their sides. Dark shapes dropped to the ground. The new, improved killer leopards. "They're coming," Min Ho said quietly. Hejun looked at his 2 best students. "Are you ready?" They nodded, faces serious, but not afraid. "Remember," Hejun said, "we don't control them. We free them. We remind them who they really are." As the engineered leopards ran toward their camp, Hejun felt a new kind of connection forming, not just between him and the leopards, but between all the humans with awakened abilities. Their minds linked together, making their mental reach stronger. The real resistance was just beginning. The battle at the mountain camp lasted for hours. Hajun, Minho, and Yuri fought alongside 20 freed leopards against the new alien forces. By morning, they had won, but at a high cost. 3 trained humans died. 7 freed leopards were lost, but they had freed 15 more leopards from alien control. "We can't keep fighting like this," Hajun said as they treated the wounded. "We need to do more than just react to attacks." "I have news that might help," Dr. Du Yen said. She showed them a tablet with video calls from around the world. Other countries are having success too. On the screen, people from different nations reported similar breakthroughs. In India, a team had connected with engineered tigers. In North America, it was wolves. In Russia, bears. Each region was finding people with genetic connections to their native predators. "It's working everywhere," Minho said with hope in his voice. "Yes, but the aliens are changing tactics too," General Du Jin said. He pointed to new satellite images. "Their main ship has moved to Busan. They're preparing something big." 2 days later, Hajun and his team reached the hills outside Busan. The city was partly empty. Many people had escaped to the countryside, those who stayed hid in safe buildings. The streets were quiet and tense. Hajun felt something strange as they got closer to the city, a presence unlike any leopard he had sensed before. It was bigger, darker in his mind. "Do you feel that?" Yuri asked, her face worried. "Yes," Hajun said. "Something new." They set up their base in an abandoned school. Through binoculars, they could see the huge alien ship hovering over the harbor. Smaller ships moved around it like busy insects. That evening, Dr. Du Yan arrived with new information. "Our spies got close enough to hear some alien communications," she said. "They're talking about something called the Devourer. It sounds like their ultimate bioweapon." As if answering her words, a loud noise came from the harbor. The bottom of the huge alien ship opened. Something massive was being lowered to the ground. Even from kilometers away, they could see it was enormous. It looked like no animal from Earth. It had the basic shape of a big cat, but much larger, the size of a small building. Its skin had patches of different textures, scales, fur, and something like armor. Its head was wrong, too big, with features that seemed taken from different predators. Its teeth shone like metal in the fading light. "That's what they used to conquer other worlds," Hajun said quietly. "Their final weapon." In his mind, he tried to reach out to the creature. What he felt made him step back in shock. The Devourer's mind was a mess of pain, rage, and confusion. It wasn't one animal modified. It was many combined together. Parts of leopard, tiger, bear, wolf, and things not from Earth at all. "I can't reach it," Hajun said. "Its mind is too broken." The monster began moving through the city, destroying buildings with each step. Its roar shook windows kilometers away. "Normal militaries are attacking," General Du Jin reported through the radio. "Tanks, jets, missiles. Nothing stops it." They watched as military vehicles fired at the beast. Bullets bounced off its hide. Missiles exploded against it without effect. It didn't even seem to notice. "We need to try," Yuri said. "All of us together." Hajun nodded slowly. "But not just us. And not just the leopards we freed." "What do you mean?" Minho asked. "Dr. Lee," Hajun turned to Du Yan. "You said each region connects with their native predators. Korea had more than just leopards." Du Yan's eyes widened. "Tigers. We had tigers too, though they're gone now. And before that, cave lions, dire wolves." "Yes," Hajun said. "The Devourer has parts of many predators in it. Maybe we need to connect with more than just leopards." "But those animals are extinct," General Du Jin said. "How can we connect with animals that don't exist anymore?" Dr. Du Yan thought for a moment. "Maybe not physically, but genetically. The memories might still be in our DNA, just deeper." "Can you help us reach those memories?" Hajun asked. Du Yun looked uncertain. I can try, but it would be even more dangerous than the first procedure. It would mean going deeper into your genetic memory than anyone has gone before. In the distance, the devourer crushed a row of buildings. Its roar filled the air again. We have no choice, He-Jun said. The Leopards alone won't be enough against that thing. We need to reach farther back, to all the predators our ancestors knew. Du Yun nodded. I'll need special equipment, and it could kill you. If we do nothing, that thing will kill everyone, He-Jun said, watching the monster move deeper into the city. We have to try. The underground bunker shook as the devourer moved above ground. He-Jun lay on a table while Dr. Du Yun prepared the new procedure. The room was filled with more equipment than the first time. This will go deeper into your genetic memory, Du Yun explained. Past your own life, past your parents, past thousands of years. Minho and Yuri stood nearby. They would go through the procedure too, but He-Jun would go first. If I don't make it, He-Jun told them, continue without me. You'll make it, Yuri said firmly. You're the strongest of us. Dr. Du Yun placed a new helmet on He-Jun's head. It had more wires and lights than the old one. I'll use stronger drugs this time, she said, and deeper brain stimulation. You'll feel like you're traveling back in time. He-Jun nodded. I'm ready. The drugs went into his arm through a needle. Cold spread through his body. The lights on the helmet began to flash. Pain hit him, worse than the first time. It felt like his skull would break open. Then darkness took him. He-Jun fell through time. He saw his parents, his grandparents. Then people he didn't know but somehow recognized. Ancestors from long ago. Farmers, soldiers, hunters. Further back, to people living in simple huts. Further still, to caves and primitive shelters. And with each generation, he felt their connection to the predators of their time. Leopards, yes, but also tigers that once roamed Korean mountains. Cave lions. Ancient wolves bigger than any alive today. He saw the first humans who learned to work with these animals, not taming them, but understanding them. Reading their movements, sharing territory, sometimes hunting the same prey, sometimes avoiding each other, always respecting the balance. In the bunker, He-Jun's body shook violently. Alarms beeped on the machines. His heart's failing. Dr. Ji-Hu shouted. Keep going, Du Yun ordered. He's almost there. In his vision, He-Jun reached the deepest point. Humans who barely looked like modern people. They lived in a world filled with giant predators. They survived not by fighting these beasts, but by understanding them. By knowing when to hide, when to stand tall, when to share food, when to back away. This was the oldest memory, the first connection between humans and predators. Not friendship exactly, but recognition. Two intelligent species sharing the same world. Suddenly, He-Jun gasped and sat up. His eyes opened, but they looked different, wilder, older somehow. He-Jun, Du Yun asked carefully. I'm here, he said, but his voice sounded strange, like many voices speaking together. I reached them. All of them. He stood up. His movements were different now, smoother, more like an animal's. The devourer is directly above us, General Du Jin said through the radio. It's destroying everything. Prepare Minho and Yuri, He-Jun said. We need to go now. The procedure was faster for Minho and Yuri. They already had the first connection, and He-Jun helped guide them deeper. When they woke, they too moved differently, spoke differently. Outside, they gathered with their freed leopards. Sunju rubbed against He-Jun's leg, sensing the change in him. They didn't just engineer leopards, He-Jun told the others. They took parts from many predators to make the devourer, but we have the memory of all Earth's predators in our blood. They moved through the empty streets toward the monster. The devourer was attacking a hospital where children were being evacuated. Soldiers tried to stop it, but their bullets did nothing. Yuri ran ahead to help the children escape. Minho and Hejun approached the beast with 20 freed leopards beside them. The devourer sensed them coming. It turned its massive head and roared. In person, it was even more terrifying. 4 times the size of an elephant, with limbs that didn't match and eyes that glowed with alien technology. Hejun closed his eyes. This time, he didn't just reach out with his own mind. He called upon the memories of all predators that lived and died on Earth, their instincts, their power, their knowledge. Minho did the same. Their minds joined, creating the wave of ancient power. The devourer hesitated. Something in its broken mind recognized this call. Parts of it, the Earth animal parts, remembered. But the alien controls fought back. The beast roared in pain and confusion. Together, Hejun shouted. The freed leopards moved forward, adding their minds to the call. The devourer charged at them. One swipe of its massive paw sent 3 leopards flying. Minho was hit and fell, bleeding badly. Yuri ran back from the hospital just as the monster turned toward the children again. Without hesitation, she jumped between the devourer and the children. Yuri? No, Hejun shouted. But she stood firm. In her mind, she called upon the fiercest predator memories. The saber-toothed cats that once ruled these lands. Her body seemed to grow larger somehow, stronger. The devourer paused, confused by this small human who didn't run or hide. In that moment of hesitation, Hejun pushed with everything he had. Not just his mind, but the collected memory of all Earth's predators. He sent one message. Remember who you really are. Something broke in the devourer's mind. The alien controls sparked and smoked. The beast shook its massive head and let out a roar that was different, full of pain, but also awakening. Yuri took the chance to get the children to safety, but the effort had weakened her. The devourer, still confused and in pain, lashed out blindly. Its claws caught Yuri, throwing her against a wall. She didn't get up. Yuri, Hejun shouted. He ran to where she lay still against the broken wall. Blood ran from a cut on her head. The devourer shook violently, fighting the awakening inside its mind. Metal parts on its body sparked and smoked. It roared in pain and confusion. Hejun checked Yuri's pulse. She was alive, but barely. Medics ran forward to take her to safety. Anger filled Hejun. Not just his own anger, but the collective rage of all predators who had been changed and controlled by the aliens. Minho, he called. Can you still fight? Minho stood up, holding his injured arm. Yes. The sky darkened as a huge ship descended, bigger than any they had seen before. This was the Nevidian command ship. A beam of light shot down, and 3 aliens appeared. They wore armor that moved like liquid metal. The one in front was taller than the others, with markings on his blue skin that showed high rank. I am Commander Vecla, the alien said. His voice sounded rough, like he wasn't used to human language. You have damaged our greatest weapon. Impressive, but pointless. Hejun faced the alien commander. Behind him, the freed leopards gathered. Sanju stood at his side, growling low. Your weapon was once many animals, Hejun said. You took them and twisted them, forced them to kill. That was your mistake. Vecla made a sound like laughter. Mistake. We have conquered dozens of worlds this way. We find the apex predators, enhance them, control them. Worlds fall with minimal damage to resources. But you never faced humans before, Minho said. Humans. Vecla spat the word. You are not special, just animals who learn to use tools. We study your history. You fear your predators. You kill them. You push them to the edge of extinction. Yes, Hejun admitted, we made mistakes with our world. But we also remember, in our blood, in our DNA, we carry the memory of when we first shared Earth with great predators, when we respected them. The devourer had stopped fighting now. It stood still, breathing hard, watching the humans and aliens with new awareness in its eyes. Your control is breaking, Hajum said. Not just over the devourer, but all your engineered animals. They're remembering what they really are. Vecla's face showed anger now. Then we will simply kill you and make new weapons. He raised a strange gun. Before he could fire, the devourer moved. With surprising speed for its size, it placed itself between the aliens and the humans. It growled at Vecla, a sound that shook the ground. You see, Hajum said, you engineered killers. But you didn't understand what makes a true predator. It's not just strength or teeth or claws. It's balance. It's knowing your place in the natural world. More freed leopards appeared from all directions, surrounding the aliens. From the hospital, Minho's group returned with Yuri on a stretcher. She was awake now, weak but alive. You freed our predators, Hajum continued. But we remembered ours. We didn't control them. We reminded them who they are. Vecla looked at his weapon, then at the devourer and leopards surrounding him. For the first time, the alien commander looked uncertain. This has never happened, he said, almost to himself. The weapons never turned. Because you never understood them. Yuri said weakly from her stretcher. Predators aren't just killing machines. They're part of something bigger. Suddenly, the alien ships in the sky began to move strangely. On the radio, reports came in from around the world. All the engineered predators were turning on their alien masters. The aliens were retreating. You have lost this world, Hajum said to Vecla. Take your ships and go. Tell others what happened here. Vecla looked at the devourer once more. The creature his people had spent years creating, now standing with the humans. Something like fear showed in his alien eyes. This is not over, he said, but his voice lacked conviction. The beam of light took the aliens back to their ship. All across the sky, Navidian ships began to rise, leaving Earth's atmosphere. When they were gone, Hajum approached the devourer. The massive creature lowered its head. Up close, Hajum could see the pain in its eyes. A creature made from many animals, never meant to exist. What do we do with them now? Minho asked, looking at the devourer and the freed leopards. They're not natural. They don't belong in our world. We help them, Hajum said simply. We give them a place. We find balance, like our ancestors did. 6 months later, Hajum stood on a mountain overlooking a large valley. The area had been set aside as a sanctuary for the changed animals. The devourer lived deep in the mountains, slowly healing from what was done to it. The engineered leopards roamed the forests, learning to live without alien control.